The next thing we want to kind of dive into is how do you know when your manifestations are like happening? They're going to show up in your reality soon. Like they are in the process and boom. Because like a lot of people ask that, and a lot of people have different experiences, but I think the commonality things is like signs and synchronicities and the way you feel
Your
would
intuition.
probably, yeah, like the top three things, hey, that are
Yeah, like
common.
nobody's gonna write you a letter that mails it and says this is it. This is the right decision. Like it's just not gonna work that way. You have to trust the signs. You have to ask for signs. You have to trust the synchronicities. And what we mean by synchronicities is if you think that you are wanting to buy a black car versus a white truck, and everywhere you go you see pictures and billboards of white trucks and not black cars, trust that it's a white truck that you're supposed to buy, not the black car. Like those are what we mean by synchronicities. If you want to pick between two universities, and you see the colors or the signs for that one university over and over and over again, trust that that's the one you're supposed to choose. And then having the intuition and the awareness to look for those signs, look for the synchronicities,
Mhm.
acknowledge them.
Yeah, yeah, like having being mindful and present is probably the most like the best tip you can do so you can notice those things. The other
Yeah.
kind of cool thing though, like when you're trying to manifest, say you're trying to manifest a specific car, you're not deciding on which one. Now you've chosen the one. And the same thing, or this is my sign, I know when my things are coming, is like when I see that car everywhere, that specific car, or like I see other people manifesting it, that's to me a sign that like, okay, mine's on its way. Like it's coming.
Okay.
Like, have you ever experienced that? Like all of a sudden, like say
No,
even on a TV show or like when you're watching your trash TV that we talked about in the last podcast, and like all of a sudden that a person is manifesting the same kind of thing that you wanted.
no, so I don't really think, like, for myself, I don't really connect to that
Okay.
because I'm just like I just look at my own. Like, so I guess that's not something that I'm aware of too. Like I don't pay attention to that. I'm looking
Yeah.
for more of like, I walked into a doctor's office and there's a picture of a white truck on the magazine. Or I'm driving into the
Yeah.
city and there's the billboard or an advertisement on one of those big screens
Yeah.
for that one university. And then I'd be like, okay. And then I'm always looking for multiples of threes.
Yeah. Yeah. That's always your go-to. Hey, your threes.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Multiples of three for me.
Yeah. So then it kind of goes into it's kind of funny that we have different experiences. Like I do see the billboards and the things that you're talking about too, but yeah, it's kind of crazy when I see people manifesting the same thing. And I'm like, yeah. And it gets me excited. Like it's
Like,
awesome.
I'm like, bitch, got it. Where's mine?
Ah! I'm just so happy for that person. And I'm just like, oh yeah, look, mine's on its way. Yeah. So it's kind of cool in that sense. But then we kind of go into like this is where we wanted to talk about like so following the signs and synchronicity and that knowing now it's like coming, but then we come across obviously sometimes during the process that doubt kind of creeps in. So the one thing we wanted to share that when you have doubt, that's okay. We're human, it is a part of the process, but we wanted to talk about the difference between doubt and believing.
I think I'm with you. Doubt
Yeah.
is normal. Like you can,
Yeah.
so you're blue in the face, right? Like, you can have your intuition, you can see your synchronicities. It eases your doubt and your fears, and it
Hmm.
makes you more confident. But ultimately, at some point, if you're manifesting some huger, major life changes, you're going to suffer some points of doubt. I mean, like, let's face it, it's there.
Yeah.
Especially if it's been like a big transition where it's been like a year where you're changing your whole life completely.
Yeah.
Doubt will creep in.
Yeah. It only becomes a problem when like you said, when you don't believe in the process, believe that it's going to happen, believe the universe and your team are like, doing the things they need to do behind the scenes that you can't see. Like it's that belief that is the probably like such a huge factor in it, in manifestation.
Yeah, treat doubt like you do having a bad day, right? Like it's just
Yeah.
there for a day, it's there for a little bit. You kind of snap out of it, you come out of it, you carry on, you get back into
Yeah.
your normal feelings of life and you carry on. But when you actually don't believe, and then, it becomes more than doubt.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. It
Just
how
like
what would you
water on a fire. Well,
yeah,
because
but
your energy drops, right? Your vibration drops. You're no
totally.
longer in that law of attraction for that. And that's the biggest thing, is to raise your vibration, change your frequency so you can become in that law of attraction for what it is you're manifesting. So if you don't believe it, you're
Mm,
not in an attraction for it.
yeah. Yeah, and it would take a long time for things to come in that way, right? So it's basically like that law of attraction and then like what we've talked about before. Then you have the law of assumption. That's
Yeah.
the belief. You fucking know it's coming. You feel it, you know what, you trust it. It's inevitable.
Yeah, but even the law of assumption doesn't give much room for doubt.
No. No, I guess not, hey?
But that's where that doubt kind of crosses into that disbelief, right? Law of assumption, you need to assume that it's
Yeah.
going to happen regardless.
Yeah.
So we're just kind of saying it's okay to doubt a little bit,
Yeah.
and it's okay to question, right? And then when you do, like, you ask for those signs, you ask for those synchronicities, because it's okay for your confidence to drop. That is normal. You do not have to be perfect. Otherwise, you're kind of going into that toxic positivity thing again. And the
Yeah.
universe isn't that particular to us. It realizes that we're human, we're here to have an experience, and it's not going to nail us down for that one. Like, hello.
Yeah. Yeah. Anything else you want to share about doubt and
No,
believing?
I think that's pretty much
Okay.